Winter is over. We are back.
Daylight saving time.
I'm back. I know y'all miss me.
That shit threw me off.
I know y'all miss us.
Shit always throws me.
Oh shit, yeah, it is.
I sympathize with those old people that have a heart attack every time around this year.
It's just good to know.
What the fuck?
You ever hear that shit? They did the statistics about some death rate climbs like around daylight savings time every year.
They're an hour closer to death, man.
It's because of the elderly. They can't adjust, so they get all shocked and they have heart attacks.
Oh, he's coming for me! He's coming for me, Lord.
That fucking sucks.
So where did that ever go away?
I figured it'd be like a medication thing, like maybe they took
No,
it.
they just because they have I guess really
they overdose or some
strict
shit.
regimens of hour by hour. So it startles them or some shit.
Who knows?
Old people
Anyways,
are
all I know is it's almost 7 o'clock and I can keep my curtains open.
It's almost 7.
Still light out.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sun's melting.
We can see the ladies walking by.
Hearing about these girls already in these short shorts and stuff like that. They can't wait.
Montreal is a special place where the second there's a little extra sun and the weather gets into the plus degrees, clothes just start coming off.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at all.
If this were the States, they'd still be bundled up, ain't that right?
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is true.
And all this lets me know is that sundresses are right around the corner.
Can't wait. Summertime almost there because there ain't no spring in Montreal. It's just winter, summer.
Winter,
Winter
Two seasons.
Two seasons.
You never know when they're coming.
Winter's almost over. Summer's on its way, which means short shorts,
Neither
sundresses,
will wait their turn.
tank tops, belly buttons out. Ladies.
Goodbye to them leggings, though. Like they held us down.
No. Them leggings are always going to be there, man. No matter what.
They wear the thinner ones. You know, the see-through ones.
Start chilling by like ballerina school.
Basically, just
they only like the colorful ones, because in the wintertime they're only wearing the black ones just in case they get splashed or something, like they're super thick. But then like once it gets a bit warmer, they wear like the very thin ones, like strictly nylon type of shit.
Yeah.
It's all colorful, yellow ones and blue ones and purple ones and shit.
That's true.
It's great.
The joggers love that shit.
Love it. I am so all in.
I'm down though. Them barbecues, I will be at every single one.
That's true. We gotta get some barbecues going.
Yeah, I should.
We should do another Huddle barbecue.
Yeah, we should do another.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it like an annual thing. We should do like more than one.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Well, if people. Yeah.
Well, we have like the one big one, and then we have like a nice small one for us.
Yeah, that really didn't take that much effort.
Because we like ourselves that much that we will have our own
Treat
special
ourselves
barbecues.
from well grilled steaks.
Yeah.
Anyone who's listening to this is invited as long as you
Straight
bring
from
your own
the
shit.
butcher.
Yeah, maybe it won't fucking rain this time.
It always rains. Don't ever say that.
Yeah,
It always rains.
Hey, good barbecues, it rains, man.
We'll play
It
some.
adds a little something to the air, which gets on the
There has
meat.
not.
I still remember that barbecue, holding the tarp with one hand, eating a burger in the other. That's how it's done, man.
Yeah, you guys came after that. That was one time where it really came down.
I came after the rain because I was working.
It really came down, and it was like a hot box basically because the smoke from the barbecue was filling up the tent.
No, the one before that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there's puddle. Was that the one we were playing football?
Yeah, that was one.
That was fun.
That was hilarious.
Oh man!
But it's always
like you have to change up your play depending on the puddles.
Can you tell we had a
lot? No, right now, the puddle right there.
Totally, I cannot wait. Like
you have another defender.
You know what's great? The next couple of days we're expecting a bit of rain, which means it should
wash
get rid of
away,
some of the snow. Hopefully some of the shit.
We'll see you're doing all the ice.
Yeah, man, just
man.
wipe it all away.
I did not envy the cleaning crew, man. I thought like shit that was frozen in between snow, and then like start melting away. I'm like, oh man,
all that fossilized dog shit just comes out of there.
You're gonna have like that week and a half, 2 weeks of like everything's gonna smell like manure.
Yep.
And once you get past, like that's the official springtime. When you smell that shit in the air, and no matter where you go, it's there. That's how you know, like, winter's getting the hell out of it.
It doesn't even matter, because, I just said, like, there's 2 seasons in Canada, but neither of them wait their fucking turn.
Nope.
They're all just butting in.
They jump on top. We've had hail in the summertime. Like
there's always, like, a snowstorm in April.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the worst. I remember the first time that thing happened to me. I was like, what is life right now, man? This can't be real. Like,
it's so funny.
Special.
Everybody's always so taken aback by it too. It's like, guys, it happens every fucking year. Come on.
There's always one day where it's like you get all 4 seasons in one day. You get the sun, you get the heavy rain, you get the snow. Then it's like crazy winds. Somehow there's ice on the floor. Like it just happens.
You never know what to bring. You don't know how to pack.
Do not bring an umbrella.
That's why I usually, like, before I'd always wear a hoodie, even in the summertime, because I'm like, there's going to be some point where it's going to be cold.
Just keep it in your bag.
Exactly.
No, I am so happy that we're at this point, because I'm so depressed during winter. Like, I hate it. I hate waking up and it's dark, and then coming out of work and it's dark.
Tell us a bit about your vacation, then.
What, Cuba?
Yeah.
It was 7 days of really testing the limits of alcoholism.
Like, all you can drink, I guess?
I'm telling you right now, all-inclusive is the only way to go on vacation, and I'm quite sure my liver at some point was just completely shot. But it was so worth it.
That's how it was the first time when I went to Cancun last summer. That first day, I was not used to free drinks like that.
You binged.
Oh, man. I was gone. Like, I had clothes coming off me, like, for no reason.
Took a sip, he's sweating. Woo!
And we messed up, too, because, like, we got there, it was, like, probably around, like, afternoon. Well, not really afternoon, like, probably we got to the hotel around, like, 8, 9 o'clock. And from that point on, we were just, like, knocking them back. Like, we were just destroying ourselves to the point where, like, 10 minutes in, we were trash, you know? Because we were just like, let's do shots, and let's take this, and what's that called? I want it, you know? And we're just knocking everything back as fast as you can because it's like your first day on vacation, so you're just happy as fuck. And then that morning after, you're just like, what did I do to myself?
The key is to just keep drinking.
Yeah, drink yourself sober.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I did. I was like, fuck it, you know, like when we get out of bed, first thing I gotta do is hit the bar. And just like rubbing cokes. Rubbing cokes, just knocking them back.
I don't know if it was the same way for you where you got like 2 bottles of water a day. So like basically the only drinks that you really get were the alcohol.
That's because in Cuba, like the water is clean. Like you can really like drink the water from the faucet, so it's not really a problem. Like they don't like give you water, so like we never had that issue. We were just like, if we got a drink, it's either going to be wine or liquor. All right. You know, if we wanted to go like softer, we would drink beer.
Yeah, basically, if you were thirsty, you just had to drink. There wasn't an option.
Simple, man. It was that simple.
That's how people die, man.
Hey, man, like just moderation, man.
Well, because like if you're feeling a bit woozy, just jump into the beach. You know, like you go into the water and you feel good.
Make sure you got a buddy so you don't drown. I'm going
to the beach. You just make sure you go about like waist deep. Put your head underneath. You know, just like get yourself a bit wet and like you catch that second wind.
You see your little girl trying to drag your huge ass body out of the lake.
It's the seaweed. All wrapped up. It's good, man. It's not bad.
Yeah, like
just leave me for the tide.
Basically, it was just like a drink every 30 minutes or something like that. Like I wasn't going too ham after the first day because like I ain't trying to get messed up again. But I was constantly in a state of tipsiness.
Year before I went Dominican, what was weird is that I was drinking a lot. I didn't get really too tipsy until I went to like the liquor store, and I got their hard liquor that they don't sell at the bar. That shit. I started hallucinating.
What that means that you weren't tipping well. That's how.
No, not even.
I'm saying like I find like there is like a difference in taste from like the liquors they sell down there to like what we're used to here, but the way they're pouring, like exactly. If you tip them well, man, they will give you like even if it's one of those small little plastic cups, 3/4 of it's alcohol, and then they just give you a little like Coke for color.
Exactly.
And you're just getting fucked up off that shit.
I don't know, man. Because the thing is, I was drinking all day, all night, all day, all night. But as soon as I went to the liquor store because someone had told me about this Brugal thing, I went, maybe I should try this. Dude,
ruined your life.
It was horrible. Like you know, like in the summertime when it's super hot, you can't sleep no matter what. That's exactly how it works.
You're just sitting in bed, just like taking everything off. The holy sweat.
I feel like you're possessed. Like
he's having cold sweats, and then he's like, can't do this. Sitting in the shower.
No, at one point I was like, no, I can't do this. So I got up and I went for a walk to like I was actually thinking of going to the bar to get more drinks. I was like, no, fuck this. So I went.
Start hallucinating.
I wasn't really hallucinating.
Don't eat the worm, man.
No, but I was so bad. It was so bad. It was like I was in front of the air conditioner to do anything. I wanted to peel off my skin. That's how hot it was, man.
Man, that was some accident or something, man.
Did I give you accident? That wasn't fucking liquor.
I was good though. Next one I was
fucking snake venom.
But I do know when I came back I lost like 20 pounds or something. That was like,
what did that shit?
That was bad.
That's the
really
thing.
Bad.
When you go like to places like that, I find like you lose weight. Like instead of like gaining, like it's supposed to be a vacation. You know, you want to
because all you're really doing is like you're out in the sun.
Exactly.
Like, you're a bit more active too.
Yeah, you're
like,
walking around and stuff like that.
Like you want to do things. Plus, you're sweating a lot more until like you get used to doing it a bit. So it's all that water weight just comes out of you.
Also, I know like maybe when like for you in Cuba, but like the place I went to, the food is kind of like you're kind of more picky with the food, things like that. So like you're not eating like much. At least I wasn't.
Lucky. The place we went this year, like the food was like every night we had full plates. Like even like breakfast, lunch, dinner, like always had a full plate of food. And like even in between, like they had this one place that like made burgers. They were like the best burgers in the world, but being down there, you're just like, fuck yeah, burgers. You know?
When you're drinking burgers, it just tastes amazing.
I think also the way how they cook their food, it's a little bit more healthier than like what we have here or whenever we go to like a restaurant or something like that. Because I remember like they had like pure fries, pure burgers, whatever. But you could actually taste it tasted a lot more healthier.
Less oily,
huh?
Because they clean the oil.
Yeah,
clean the oil.
Many people have said they
fresh potatoes. It's not frozen.
True. Fuck, man, my hungry. I just ate.
So that's what we have to look forward in the summer to, just drinking and.
You guys are making me doubt myself. You guys talking about like waking up, drinking, just constant state of tippiness. like shit. That's how in Montreal. That's how I feel sometimes.
It's a beautiful life, man. It changed me.
If I had the money, I would go all the time.
But I think I feel like just like the 1 week in the winter, it's necessary. You know.
I'd like to do that. Like not in the summertime, but do it in the wintertime, just an escape from this. Like,
because that's the thing. In the summer, it's like it's warm here. You know, like you're leaving warm to go to warm. But like if it's winter, it's like especially if like you have a bad winter, and then you're leaving a bad winter to go to a place where it's like no snow. It's you're walking around in shorts and a fucking tank top. You're just like fucking beautiful. You know. You
just ask somebody to when you come back, bring your winter coat.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like you pack it in your luggage and you just leave it there.
I don't know. I just never understood that concept. For me, the winter goes by so fast, and I don't mind it. That like, if I'm gonna go on vacation, it's not about weather. Like, I would love to just go to like Europe and go to a shitload of pubs. But
yeah, that'd be fun. But I mean, fuck the cold.
The only reason I would go to Europe because like pubs. No, but you make a good point because the pubs are like the amount of different.
It's a fact.
Like alcohol. The amount of different alcohol they had over there compared to what we have over here is freaking amazing. Like. When I had the Newcastle, my friend told me about it. Like, that's all I drink now. Just pure Newcastle beer. And it's amazing. It tastes completely different and better.
Stop advertising.
You
bleep that out, son. You bleep that out. They ain't paying us.
No, but that's
shit.
That is a good thing to go to Europe and just sample the beer. Like when they have the beer fest here. I never went to beer fest.
I just love that. I love them close early, but a lot of them open really early too. You can just go ahead at lunch. Get drunk.
See, me, it's just I'm paranoid being a black man, just going to different places. I'm not sure if I'm accepted and things like that. Like when I went to Mexico,
go to Italy.
White guys feel that way too, man.
Poland,
don't go to
Italy. Iffy.
I heard of
London, England, you'd be fine.
England, Paris, you'd be fine. Ireland.
I heard Sweden was nice for black dudes. So.
No, Paris. It's more like they're all snobby.
Paris,
but there's a lot of black people in France.
In the poor areas, the banlieues and stuff.
Still, they know black people.
Yeah, but
they don't love them.
But yeah, Poland and Ireland and Italy.
Italy, I wouldn't chance it. I would never chance it.
I think was it Sweden or Switzerland? One of those two. Where I heard like it is good for black dudes.
Sweden, I think Sweden.
Sweden's just good for Canadians.
They're just super liberal. They're super awesome.
Yeah, no,
Germany,
good place. Holland.
Good luck.
Yeah,
the Netherlands.
Yeah,
that's a good place for us. They're in Switzerland.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They say it's good for us because they used to own slaves and all that shit back then. That's what I've been told from an ex-girlfriend.
Well, actually, it's good because for Canadians, they love Canadians, but for black people, it's like I feel like that's the one place where they want to apologize.
I'm sorry. Hug it out.
Which is funny because like when we went to Cuba, like I met some people from Holland. Like they were like the nicest chicks I've ever met in my life. Who knows?
Curiosity, you know.
Maybe that's why. But yeah, no, they were like super chill.
On vacation, you don't care what happens. Live or let die. That's what
I remember like
that's their motto. Right?
Yeah, I know Kurt. Like when we went to yeah, obviously Cancun, like just family just coming up to us trying to take pictures, like I was dead serious. I was like
they kept taking pictures.
Yeah, like they send their children take pictures of us. Yeah. Like what's going on? Like
these are rappers.
And like it was sad because at one point, you know, like Doros was there, you know, he's Asian, and everything like that. He's like, these pictures too? Like, no, you're not black. Just go to the
like, they do that for white people too in like Asia. Like, yeah, it's going on.
Asians just like,
yeah, she went to like Thailand or like China and stuff like that. Yeah, they had like lineups taking pictures.
Shit.
Like, I'm quite sure if we went to like Japan, we would be king.
I don't know about Japan because Japan is pretty diverse as it is already.
Japan, we would be kings.
They're not diverse at all.
Are you sure?
They're super strict on all their immigration laws and all that.
Well, I wouldn't say like
they're like borderline fascist.
I would say like
you mean like a tourist attraction,
like tourists. I'm sure they get a lot of tourists in Japan.
But even then, they always treat them
cities,
like they always treat
but
them
for the
as
most
outsiders.
part, it's like it's like many other Asian places.
Maybe it's Hong Kong. I'm thinking of there. I know of, well, China's freaking billions of people, so obviously they meet people.
Yeah, but so even if you do have like if you do have a booming tourist industry, you're still going to get lost in the masses. Like it's not going to make a dent into that demographic.
Google Maps, man. Google Maps. That's what it's for.
Like you could have 12,000 like tourists get off the boat tomorrow. They're going to be lost in that herd. The Zerg.
I don't know if I could be in a crowded place like that. Though. I would get really upset real quick.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Those
transportation. Go to places like that, it'll just feel like fucking go to concerts and party.
Have your face up against a train window and everything.
Oh my god! Have you guys seen this YouTube video where like they literally squeeze the people inside the train for it to close? I was like,
that's commonplace. Man.
Are you kidding me? That's how it works.
And they have they have separate cars for women now because of all the
they get molested.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when they're all crowded in, like these like
and they can't even move, they can't escape.
They can just like squeeze and they'll be squealing.
So what? The women don't scream there?
Well, I mean, can they do anything?
What are you gonna do? Scream? Good for you.
You do behind them and just turn around like, man, if I can reach, I stop this.
We'll just make a melody with the rest of them screaming.
Yeah, pretty much they're too submissive. I knew if it was
you're not supposed to do it in the first place, man. You say no.
Are you going to be the spokesperson for Japanese women's freedom? No. Y'all too submissive.
But you know if shit like that happened, say if it happened in Montreal or in, for example, New York, shit would have gone down.
Hey man,
shit would have gone down.
You're assuming that we don't have crowded ass fucking metros like they do though. Like their metros are so crowded they can't move. So it's like if an arm just finds its way through, you don't even know whose arm it is.
Yeah,
you stop that.
There's a bunch of stone-faced Japanese businessmen going about their paper.
I have to assume, like, I mean, how do you even get off at your stop? I mean, like, everybody has to get off.
I think it's one stop. I think it's like basically like the stops are so far in between or whatever.
Okay,
they're like just go whatever. But
that's
fucked up though.
I know I complain about the FCM and everything like that, but I would not.
No, you have a right. You have a right to complain about the FCM.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I know someone who's been all around the world. They've never seen stops as much as the SDM, or like fuck ups as often as the SDM.
The metros are old though. It's like
and they always want more fucking money.
Yep.
They're like the metro's like 60-some years old. But I went to Barrie and I saw the new cars that they're building. Really nice. It's monitors on the walls.
They can run.
Computer monitors and no air conditioning.
So how much is that going to cost us?
Yeah,
they're already paid for, especially since they brought.
Don't lie to yourself, man. How much is that going to cost?
They're always going to find a reason. Like.
No, but I don't know how much it costs. But they look nice. They're all modern. They look like the new ones in Toronto that they have now.
All I heard was that they will have Wi-Fi. Apparently,
there's Wi-Fi. There's going to be phone service in the metros.
But
there's still no air conditioning.
Well, considering all the times they're fucking trapped in between stations, some service would go along.
Yeah,
but there's no air conditioning though. And,
still. I can't believe that. It's like people complain. It's like, come on, if a city like Toronto can get air conditioning,
how the hell are they going to make new cars with no air conditioning?
Because they say the reason why Toronto and like New York could have it because there's a lot of open stations, so like the air vents faster. In Montreal, it's all indoors, and their vent system can't keep up with the heat and sun.
Yeah, but if you can get a skylight going like 3 stories underground, you can get some fucking air going.
Well, I don't know, man. I guess they want to keep it cheap and charge people more money. That's how usually the STM works, isn't it?
So it is coming out of our pockets. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it always is. Like, even if they didn't need the money, like they were like, "Yeah, we gave you a gift. Give us some."
That's another bad thing about summertime Montreal.
Every year they just jack it up. They don't.
But that's why, like, I walk fucking everywhere in the summer because I cannot get into public transit on the summer.
The Guy-Concordia Metro. Oh my god, that is a sweatbox.
I'm avoiding that.
Yo,
dude, that shit's a swamp in the summer, man. I swear. I see like Kermit the Frog on the tracks.
And that's where my gym is. So like after a workout, I'm not trying to be that. Like,
school. That's what
that was the same thing when me and Mel used to go to the downtown Y, and like we used to avoid the metro just to avoid the heat of it.
That stage, that stop alone is just like and it looks old too. Like the walls are sweating. I mean, that's how bad it is.
Probably there's like cockroaches up in there too.
Yeah, like I know people who've been like basically don't lean against the wall. No, literally, don't lean against the wall. I don't even sit on those seats because I always see like bums fucking sleeping on.
What I don't get is because like
I mean, it's hot, you know, you gotta stay warm in the night.
Yeah, because of where it's like one of the most well traversed. Why do they not fix it up? They fix up fucking Villa Maria, and they don't fix that shit up.
I don't know, man.
I don't even know what they did to Villa Maria. That shit was like shut down for like 8 months.
They shut it down and it's like, we're doing renovation.
It looked exactly like
all they did was change the lights.
I didn't even notice.
Did they?
I don't know.
There was always
pretty much every station put an elevator, but they didn't stop like service.
Yeah, it didn't take 8 months
because Covert 2 they put a fucking elevator. Yeah. They didn't have to stop shit. They did it at Lionel Grew as well. Like,
I think because
but to be fair, Lionel Grew, that shit was there for a long time too. They didn't have to shut down the station.
But I think it's a big hub station. I don't think they could close that station down. It's like a hub. It needs.
Well, all I know is STM is some fucking bullshit for the fucking charges, and they always try to bring it on. They always be like, "Oh, but look at Toronto." No, fuck you. This is Montreal, okay? I don't give a fuck about Toronto. I'm talking about you and your crappy ass service and how you're always trying to overcharge us with that shit. Can't even get motherfucking bilingual ass workers, motherfuckers.
The best is when they try to say that the pothole problem is caused by the climate. It's like, fuck you. Toronto is like an hour away.
It has nothing to do with the climate.
It just has to do with the fact that you guys have been mixing up cheap cement because of movement, which we all know about now. You fucking corrupt pieces of shit.
Yeah, who didn't know about that?
Everyone.
There's obviously something.
Everyone.
Speaking of corruption now.
I love how it took them, fucking 30 years to figure it out?
Well, because the students is too busy bitching about fucking little raises in tuition.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the corruption in the fucking construction.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, they should have been organizing those kind of protests against the government, not against tuition hikes.
Speaking of that now, Quebec government, the Parti Québécois, whatever, they're in power now, and we're still having the student protests, and I'm happy now because now
they're in power, but
every student who voted for Marois should be fucking thrown under a bus.
They should. They really
thrown under one of those shitty STM buses that come every 40 minutes.
No, it's like, I was like, do you honestly expect her to keep her word? Honestly? And I'm like,
I trust no politicians. Exactly. You pick the lesser of two evils. Always.
And when the whole buona notte things happen for the language.
Pasta.
The pasta. You can't say pasta. You can't have pasta anymore on a menu. I was like,
cafe,
pasta.
Too many F's?
Too many F's in cafe.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this is so much more important than healthcare and the fucking potholes I keep twisting my ankles in everywhere?
No, it's still like the average waiting time to get a family doctor is still 2 years, 2+ years.
And it's their government that closed down a whole bunch of
offices. If you have a family doctor, hold on tight.
We have a family doctor, but he's gonna croak soon. He's like 90-something years old.
Isn't that pleasant?
I have a private doctor that I got to hook up for, and he's just a fucker. Every time I go in there, he's just like...
I just haven't seen my doctor, and...
Yeah, I haven't seen my doctor in a few years, and that's the thing, because every time I go to him, he's just like, "Oh, you got insurance yet?" It's like, no.
Like, I'm pretty bad with that shit.
I know my mom.
Because if you buy the shit off of us, you're working, just compensate. I'm like, no, I don't have insurance. He's like, oh, okay.
Apparently, we have a family doctor. The first time I saw her, it was someplace out in the east, above a pharmacy in an apartment building. And I was like, where the hell am I?
That's how usually family doctors, they work in their own homes or their own office. Like the older ones.
They'll rent out apartments that just turn into an office.
The older ones.
I didn't know what was going on.
But then we have we do not have the cream of the crop here because everybody who is worth a damn
leave.
They're not getting paid.
So now we got all the cross-eyed doctors.
But that's the whole thing with the language laws, and the government doesn't want to pay them. You have to learn French, and Like, what, does French really count when you're rearranging my organs? Does it really count?
You're like marking down like left from right, like heart chamber, and it's like all process. You have to scratch it out.
Oh my god, it's so ridiculous, man. Look at this place we live in. It's horrible. This is why I want to leave Montreal and go to somewhere LA where I can just talk my own shit.
Hey man, I know a lot of people that have left. A lot of people, and I know people who are currently planning to leave as well. And trust me, once they're gone,
they're not coming back.
Best decision I ever made.
They're out of here, man. They don't even think, like, they come back to visit family and friends, and then they go right back where they are.
That's why I was contemplating, should I go and work in Alberta? Just I'll get a shitty 1.5 and
the
just
thing
work.
about there is if you hate the winters here,
but
you'll get like 10 centimeters of snow in September.
I wouldn't mind.
Also, you're not gonna find any women.
Huh?
I'm just saying, like, yeah, all the women over there, all the people, like guys and girls, that are all the exact same person.
You're white. I'm black. I'm exotic over there. They'll be looking for me. And
like me in Mexico, man.
Do you see the new black guy? He's in town. Now we got 4.
No, but
also not for a basketball team.
No, in all seriousness, like, just for work, the opportunity just to, like, go there for a year and make a good amount of money, and just, like, you know what?
That's the thing. Like they pay more over there because they know it's not too attractive of a spot. So like
yeah.
So like it'd be good if you just strictly making money, then vacation other places, spend half a year somewhere else.
Listen, because especially at Alberta, like if you work like the oil rigs and all that shit, you go there for like a year, 2 years, and you just literally do that for 2 years. You sacrifice those 2 years just to like save up as much money as you can. Then once you're done with that shit, you can buy a house, get your car, and like good savings, and you're good to go. Get a regular job and just live.
Yeah. You guys ever see that show on Discovery, Bering Sea Gold, where these guys they go like dredging for gold?
I am not dredging for gold.
I find that's the easiest thing to do.
No, it's not.
I think
don't let the fucking Discovery Channel fool you, man.
No, not like the real. Like you're just diving and you're just taking holes and you
hear about them.
Yeah, but if you don't find shit, you're fucked.
I think those people are just idiotic because they're not in the 21st century and they can't use technology.
Well, apparently they can't. Like you heard about the gold miner that got fired for that Harlem Shake.
What?
in Australia.
Yeah.
What happened?
Like apparently they made a Harlem Shake video on the job and everything, and like they're supposed to be mining, and but they got fired.
Yeah, because safety hazard. That was the excuse they used. But like the people who like did the video too, like, they were like, yeah, we kept the company name out of the video, and like nobody was wearing the company shirts or anything. It was just like, yeah, we're in the mines doing the Harlem Shake. But they got fired.
I have to see this. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I saw. It's pretty funny, but it's just like
I would just say we're all on break. I would just say that we're on break.
No breaks in the shafts.
Oh man, no, but
see that shit coming down around them. That's how every Harlem Shake should end with fucking cave-in.
Oh, that Harlem Shake thing. I'm so annoyed with it.
You actually think it's the camera shaking?
I know, the dudes from Harlem are just pissed.
Oh yeah, the dudes from Harlem.
The dudes from Harlem is like, yo, everybody do this Harlem Shake. Just give me 5 minutes. All I need is 5 minutes.
It was fun at first, but now it's just getting a little bit more.
I actually find that it's getting better. Like I'm liking it more now than at the beginning. Like, it just see the different.
Oh, I mean, like when I first saw it, I was just like, because I knew this song before like this whole trend started, So I was just kind of like, yeah, it's people just having fun. Like, who cares? And then like some people were just like really like, oh, this isn't Harlem Shake. What are you guys doing? Like, this is so offensive. And it's like, what the fuck you mean it's offensive? It's like just a bunch of kids having fun. Like, what the fuck? Let the kids be kids.
Oh, no, I can't deal with it.
When you have, what was it like whose army was it that did it too? Like when you got army doing it, like it's gonna be a problem.
Now it's just getting out of hand. Now everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon.
All this fat and stuff. Ugh. I'm sure something else is gonna say. It was Gangnam Style. Then after it was the Harlem Shake, and
before that was planking.
This is how bored we are in the first world.
There's always something, though.
In the first world.
In the first world, that's how bored we are.
No matter what, there's always going to be something to do. It's just how it works, man.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna start a new dance this summer, and it's gonna be all the craze.
I blame them franchise boys and those Laffy Taffy dudes because ever since they started doing all these dances,
I haven't heard their names in like how many years.
Been going on from before that, okay? Because
man,
new kids on the block, they would fucking do their dance, and everybody would do their dance. Vanilla Ice, the fucking Ice Baby dance, everybody did that. New Edition, everybody did that. Usher's Let It Burn, everyone knew the fucking dance for that shit. Dances have been going on since music has been going on.
But those are decent dances compared to Soulja Boy.
No, that's opinion. Okay? Dancing is dancing, like I said, look, Soulja Boy was 16 years old when he made that shit? Why can't a 16-year-old make 16-year-old music? It's true. It's like those people who get pissed off at Justin Bieber for making the type of music he makes. The dude is like fucking 18 for Christ's sake. Let him enjoy his life.
He's on his downfall right now. He's going down. He's heading towards Aaron Carter.
I don't get why people like put their shit like that. It was like like when Justin Bieber first came out, and he was like baby, 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 and people were like, "Who's this fucking kid? He fucking sucks, man. He's ruining music." How is a 16-year-old ruining music? I don't get it.
Well, I don't know. Justin Bieber, he's heading towards what Aaron Carter is right now. And Aaron Carter, the last video I saw of him was getting blocked by Shaq in some basketball videos.
Aaron Carter was never as big as Bieber is.
Yeah, he was.
No.
He was
as big. As big?
When he had his run.
Did Aaron Carter have girls cutting themselves over him? Like,
there's no way you're going to tell me Aaron Carter was as big as Justin Bieber.
He had bitches 11 years old taking their panties off for him, and
I'm sure Bieber got that every day.
Not like Justin Bieber, man.
Look at when Bow Wow came out. You know how many girls were after Bow Wow when he first came out? It was ridiculous.
And I just on 106 apart, hosting the thing.
No, it was ridiculous. I haven't seen. Don't even talk about BT. I don't watch that coon shit, Dad.
Hey man, the only thing BT is good for now is
nothing.
That Kevin Hart show, Real Husbands of Hollywood.
I don't even watch that.
That's just jokes.
I don't. Well, I stopped my cable.
I don't even have it.
I just downloaded it.
Not that I get it through illegal means or anything.
I would say, fuck y'all. That shit costs too much. I download everything. Fuck you. You want me to buy it? Make it cheaper. Yeah. It's that simple.
Television.
Tell me I can only get HBO if I get the fucking movie package, which is $20 more. Fuck you.
That's one thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Why does HBO have to be like a movie package? Like,
it's ridiculous.
AMC, HBO, they're freaking cable channels in the States.
It's because they're in bed with all the cable companies, because they're one of the only reasons that people still buy cable.
Pretty much.
So what they do is they make all these deals that, like, okay, you can only get this, or like Game of Thrones, you can only get this show if you buy this package. That's why they're not doing any of the streaming options, because they're getting more money from
ripping us off.
From their corporate buddies than they are from the consumers. So that's how they keep it going.
Yeah.
Because I started watching Spartacus with my dad. We did the marathon to catch up to it. That is an amazing show.
Spartacus?
Yeah.
I only watched the
I actually have to watch
season
this week's episode. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
Don't tell me because I haven't seen this.
No, I didn't see it yet.
I'm just waiting for fucking Game of Thrones to come back.
Spartacus.
There's a new show that I gotta start
watching.
watching.
March 31st, son.
Yep.
There's a new show that I gotta start watching that I didn't even know was coming out, but History Channel is doing a show called Vikings.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the answer to Rome, but for that.
Rome was dope.
The first season was good.
I gotta watch Rome because I started watching, but then I stopped.
I liked the first season, but mostly for like the acting was really well done.
Yeah,
that was pretty much it. It was the writing and the acting was all that show, and then there's one really cool badass moment like 3/4 of the season.
Spartacus is just like it's.
I'm gonna jump back on that.
Yeah, no, just do the first season. The second season I kind of lost.
My girl's
interest.
got the DVD.
I lost interest in the second season, but the first season was worth it.
Because when I saw Spartacus, like this is fucking 300. It was kind of overdone with the blood really splattering everywhere.
But that's what I liked about it too. It was like it
didn't take itself
over artistic.
Exactly.
You know, like they knew, like okay, the one thing like pretty much everyone knows the story of Spartacus, so let's just make it entertaining. So it's like every episode somebody's having sex, and every episode there's that scene where
it wasn't until like
everything just slows down and it's like hammer to the skull, you know, and like blood everywhere.
I didn't realize
raining blood on him. Ah!
But the show actually had a nice story to like 4 episodes in. I was like, oh, I actually like the storyline right now.
That's what it is, because at first I was just like, this is some silly bullshit.
Exactly.
And then like 4 episodes, like when he starts going crazy, and I'm like, I like this shit. I like this guy.
It could have been like super cheesy, like your typical Spartacus story that we've all heard over and over. But I find like this, they didn't just give his character life, like they gave other characters beside him life as well, which makes you appreciate the story a bit more.
I knew the show was good when they had that little prequel season.
Yeah,
there, and it was still entertaining.
Exactly,
I was like,
because unfortunately Andy Whitfield had cancer and died.
Poor fella.
But the guy who replaced him,
he did a good job.
He's really good.
Yeah,
he's really good.
He filled those shoes, considering like Andy Whitfield did an amazing job as Spartacus, and I was a bit skeptical at first of like them being able to even like replace him. But you know, like hats off to them, like they took it and ran with it, and they've done a great job so far.
Yeah.
But it's a really good show. I'm surprised it doesn't get like a lot more nominations than what it's.
Well, it's because it's silly. Like that's just what it
even
is.
Though like what's the main villain? Gladius.
Well, it always changes.
Who for this season or for
the last season?
Okay, last season. Oh yeah, I can't remember his real name, but that guy.
He's in Lord of the Rings also.
Yeah.
He is by far one of the
amazing.
greatest actors I've seen acting that role.
He's a dick. Yeah.
I thought like if anyone should have won for like their role, it should have been Batiatus in season 1 and 2 because his character is a specific reason why they did the prequel season. Because even though he got killed off, like fans loved him and they wanted to see more of him, and so that's why they did the prequel season, just to be like, how did he become, like how did House Batiatus become what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And there's some fine, decent girls in the show too.
Oh yeah.
Season is just like
cut down on that gay shit. I don't want to see none of that.
Hey, it's a part of the lifestyle.
Ancient Roman Greece.
Yeah, it was there. Which I find funny is like like in this time, like everybody's like now becoming accepting of something that was always there. And I was like, what the fuck? Gay guys were always around, man. This isn't something new.
That was some good shows. So what? I had an idea what I.
Yeah, March 31st, Game of Thrones, man.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. You just see the trailer? It's looking good.
Yes.
I still not have. I still
like
haven't seen an episode.
You need to get on that show. I don't know what you.
Like
you haven't been watching Game of Thrones?
I still haven't had. Yo,
son, I got season 1 on fucking DVD and season 2 on Blu-ray.
It's so good because even if you just watch season 1 and then you read the books, because like he's so descriptive that like I saw a trailer for season 3 and all the events are playing out exactly how I imagined.
Yeah,
I probably want to read the book first before I actually see it.
I have the book.
No, do you? Well, it's one of those things where like. If you read it, it's going to take you so long, unless like you're someone who's like an avid reader.
Nah, I can read
because each book is like they're a good like I think the shortest book is what 800 pages, like something like that.
I think the first book is
the first book is the shortest one,
something like that.
Yeah, it's like depending on the size of the book you get, it's anywhere between like 700 and 800 pages. But that's the shortest, you know. Like after that, it just gets like 900, then 1,000 pages.
If it's like Lord of the Rings type book, I can read it.
No, it's so much better.
It's around that length. It's
bigger.
It's longer and it's better. But the thing, it's all the fine detailing and like the show. They do such a good job of getting those fine details and putting them in like without flaw. Like it's so good. Which is why I'm so excited.
I always get hype off the trailers, man.
Yeah, like I'll always do like the character posters, everything. Like anytime like I see any type of post, I'm just like, oh.
Because most other shows that I follow is just like, cool, it's coming back. For like Game of Thrones, I'm like, now. Even though I know what's going to happen, I just want to see it on screen.
But I feel that's the thing too, because like we read the books and like going through the books, knowing what's to come. Now it's like because you know the show has done so well of showing what is in the story. You're looking forward to seeing what you already read.
That's why I'm looking forward to it. Like my boss, like whenever he talks about it, because he's read the books, he's talking about season 3. He just gets this far away look. He's like, you guys don't even know what's about to happen. I'm telling
you, because I've done that so many times with people too, where it's just like people are like, so what can we expect? And I was just like.
Because even the head writers and producers are like, when we started this show, all we cared about was like, if we can get season 3 done right, then we're good.
Yeah.
All these type of shows, these like really high end, really well written shows, really start off from The Wire. I think The Wire really started the takeoff of all these really drawn up, like really well written shows.
I think what The Wire showed was that you didn't need to rush,
and you don't need big stars.
You didn't need to rush. You didn't need to overdo or like add to the story for it to be good. Just take the book as it is, and if there are certain things that you can't do on TV that you have to change, so be it. But for the most part, follow the story as it is, and the people will like it because it is the story.
And that's the thing, like with shows like well, Game of Thrones, yeah, there are some well-known actors. Spartacus, not so much, except for like 3 or 4 that I really, really know. But you don't need big actors in those type of like those things.
No, shows like that you need good actors that fit the cast. Like, and that's the thing too.
Yeah,
like I was about to say before, because if you look at Game of Thrones, most of those people are supposed to be like teenagers.
It's true. Like
most of the kids, like they're all supposed to be anywhere between.
Yeah, most of the central characters are like
like
really
11,
young.
literally like 11 to 16, 17 years old. You know, so it's like even though like you look at them, you can tell they're older than that. They still the mentalities, the characterisms.
That's
and
what I
stuff
call
like
the Smallville syndrome, where Clark Kent he's actually 25 years old, but he's supposed to be playing a 16-year-old.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's one of those things like you can't avoid it, but. Even you'll see, like I've seen, like some of like the screenshots that they did, like especially of the girl Emilia Clarke who plays Daenerys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like some of her screenshot, she looks like a 15-year-old, which is what she's supposed to look like. She looks like a child in this grown-up world, you know, and that's something that I feel like they've done so well. Oh,
and what's that other show?
So excited.
Yeah, Shameless. Shameless is okay. I could deal with it at a certain point.
I watched Shameless.
Emmy Rossum and.
I like her because she's a Knicks fan, a diehard Knicks fan, and she shows her titties, so it's cool for me.
She's fine though. She's really fun. She's a good actor.
The only other show I caught up on was Homeland.
Homeland is cool.
I gotta jump on that.
It just starts showing.
I have to catch up on that, and I have to catch up on Breaking Bad because the thing is, like, if you like, I have not caught up on. I gotta
Breaking Bad.
I have to catch up on that too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like the last season, I haven't finished it yet,
and it's so like. They timed it well. How this is the last season, things like that. Like
that's I know. I heard.
Yeah, no, I'm only on season 2.
Oh man,
well, season 2 was pretty good, but season 3.
I really don't like. I remember my brother. He just got on it, and really season 3 is when the show started for me. And then I see him getting hype off of it. Like then I'm like, oh, you like this chump change like episode something like that. Like,
and it's messed up because like you watch the first and second season, and it's good.
Yeah,
like you will get sucked in from season 1 to season 2, and you will enjoy it. But then it's like season 3. It's almost as if the writers just woke up.
I've only seen
season 2. I feel like they just fell asleep.
I've only seen 2 episodes. And
well, no, because the thing about season 2 is like it's like I was telling you about like the second book for Game of Thrones. This is a transition season, so it's like nothing big happens. It's all setting up for something big, which is exactly what season 3 is.
Like I still can't. Like I'm on book 5 of Game of Thrones. I still can't get over book 3.
You will never get over book 3. I
need to get on these books.
To this day, the events of book 3 still, like they make me cringe. They make me angry. They make me happy. Like there's so much about book 3. I'm telling like Game of Thrones fans or people who haven't jumped on Game of Thrones. Oh my goodness! Start watching the show, buy the books, and just enjoy good writing on both parts.
If you haven't touched it at all, I recommend watch the first season and then read the rest before continuing.
Because
that way you'll have like the characters and locations established in your mind, and then it's just the stories.
I know it's different for me because I remember like I never seen any of the Lord of the Rings books, but I had read them a good year before.
You gotta understand though, like as detailed as Lord of the Rings is, it's nothing in comparison to what A Song of Ice and Fire is. Like these books, there's so many characters, there's so many locations, and there's so much jumping between the two that it's like with Lord of the Rings, you knew who the main characters were. And you knew basically for the whole story, these are the people you're following. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Game of Thrones, just because you're a main character doesn't mean I'm following you for the whole story. It's like there's certain people that it's like they're big now and they're not there later. Or there's some people that come in who aren't big at the moment, but then they become something much bigger later on.
Because every chapter is through like a character's perspective, like first person kind of.
Yeah.
And then, not first person, but so it's like you'll have this whole chapter from like what would be a protagonist. And it's like, this Jimmy the Blacksmith, he's a dick. Nobody likes him. And then it's like, next chapter, Jimmy the Blacksmith.
Then all of a sudden there's something that happens with Jimmy the Blacksmith where you're like, I hated this guy, but I love him now.
I understand Jimmy the Blacksmith's woes. I understand why he did what he did.
I guess that's like my reasoning with, what's his name, from The Wire, Clay Davis. Like, people say that he was a jerk and all that stuff. This dude is by far the king. I don't know because I studied politics or anything like that, but when I see how he acts, I'm like, this is what you have to do. It's true. Like, when you see Clay Davis from The Wire, he says like, "I'll take any motherfucking money if he's giving it away." If someone gives you money away, aren't you going to take it without asking questions?
Oh yeah.
And he's giving it away. I
don't know about that.
And he's giving it away and not asking.
So you're gonna come back, especially in that world in Baltimore.
I don't know. Everything comes back in Baltimore.
Exactly.
Might not be so much money you want to take.
You know what? I'm cool. I don't need that jacket. I'll freeze my ass off. Shit.
No, but yeah, HBO, AMC really stepped up their game too because they were a little bit behind HBO.
The Walking Dead, freaking over $2 million per episode. That's crazy.
How much?
$2 million per episode
to make.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for tonight's episode of Walking Dead.
I'm still only on first season.
Oh man,
dude, you need to catch up.
I finished first season, and then I heard second season was alright. Third season was
second season. Like the first half of second season is going to just blow your mind. Like especially that last episode in the second half of the first half.
Yep.
Oh my god, your emotions are gonna go through the roof.
I don't know, man. After playing,
and I'm telling you, there's not many things like that get me like emotional, like unstable emotional. But that episode, wow. I was ready to just start fucking people up. Like
the thing about that show is that they just don't give a fuck. Like it really is because like how to put it. The first season, I believe that hope existed, and after that, it's just about survival. Like the rest of the way, it's really every man for himself, and that's what it's just so real. Like if something were to happen, like a zombie apocalypse, it just seems perfect.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't know. After playing the video game and reading a bit of the comic book, I'm like, I don't know if I can get into it because the video game is really good. The video game is really good. The storytelling in that game is awesome. But I don't know. The last episode I actually saw was I think when they were in the jail and they met the inmates and they ended up killing 2 of the inmates because they tried to betray them or kill them or some shit like that. And that was the last I can remember watching in Walking Dead.
So you need to catch up, man. You missed a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happens since then, man.
I'll watch it. Not very high interest on it. There's a lot of shows I've missed, like Game of Thrones. I haven't watched it.
That should be number one.
But I'll tell you, if there's a show you need to start watching, it's Game of Thrones.
Well, I had a good start with Spartacus, and I was completely oblivious to
but I'm saying, like, if you like Spartacus, man, you need to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Game of Thrones is like Spartacus putting on the like daddy panties.
Exactly. Like, all right, let me show you how to do this. Like,
it's good acting. It's great story.
Sit down.
It's violent. It's there's just so many layers to that show, man.
And there's speaking of well, since we're in the whole movie genre right now, there's rumors that what's his name, Christopher Nolan, is taking over everything that's DC related.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a producer for it. He's gonna be like a consultant producer or something.
So
like
basically, he's gonna try to get back Christian Bale for Justice League. For Justice League,
the ill-fated Justice
He's pretty
League.
much gonna be like the equivalent of Justice.
Because we all know, look, Justice League will not happen if Man of Steel is shit.
Yep.
It's that simple.
I hope it's great though.
Everything, yeah, and I hope so too, because I just feel like there's a lot of great that can be told about Justice League and like those characters that DC's just so bad at doing for some reason. Like their marketing for putting on like movies and getting these star characters out there is just so bad. So I hope they did well with Man of Steel, and I hope that because of that they will get good writers and they will get good minds together to make this possible.
Because what they're saying, they're going to keep Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, but he's going to have he's going to have like a complete 180 from his character from his movie that he did.
I never even saw it.
He's going to be a little.
I saw it. It was alright. Like it wasn't like the best comic movie I saw, but I felt like they did enough to let you know who Hal Jordan is.
But they're going to use him. They're going to use him, and I just want to see. Man of Steel should be okay, but there's the notorious thing about Superman movies is the trailer always looks better than the movie.
Yeah,
the trailer always looks better than the movie, and I think because Christopher Nolan is actually, what is he? He's not the director.
But Zack Snyder, whenever it comes to that kind of stuff, Zack Snyder is pretty good. He's bad when it comes to like the pulpy stuff, like the stylistic, but like when it comes to actually like adapting things, he's good. I mean, like
Watchmen was.
But if
it was very detailed from the comic. It was exactly
that's what I mean. Like, cause
very detailed.
But I mean, it's the most faithful adaptation of the book you can give it. So if it doesn't translate, it doesn't translate. The fact of the matter is, he translated it.
Yeah. It was. I didn't hate Watchmen, but it could have been better.
I think he did as good as it could have been.
Yeah, because after reading like the graphic novel and knowing everything that's in it, like he kept most of it very, very faithful.
Like I don't think anybody else could have made it more.
Yeah.
Than it was.
And even like because even with the ending, he changed it a bit just so it was a bit more like user friendly in a sense, so more people would understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I think it was very well done considering what he was given.
And that's just it. It's like Watchmen doesn't exactly warrant a second read. The movie didn't warrant a second read. It was good for what it was. It was unique, and it couldn't have been done any other way. So I give it credit for that. And then of course there's 300, and
300 is great.
And then there's Sucker Punch.
I didn't watch Sucker Punch.
I didn't see it. I didn't see Sucker Punch.
You don't want to see it. I feel like it's one of those movies where he tried too hard to be everything everyone said he was. And he fell short.
I don't know, but I don't think they should...
It's beautiful, though. It looks great.
I don't think they should necessarily do Justice League right away. I think they should do Batman and Superman.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to...
I don't think you can do any more Batman. Right now, if they're serious
Batman and Superman, both of them in one movie.
No, don't even do that. If you're serious about Justice League, we know who Batman is. We know who Superman is. We know who Wonder Woman is. You need Aquaman. We already got a Green Lantern. You gotta give us those other characters that people don't know shit about. You have to put them out.
What are you gonna do for Aquaman? You're gonna do like a...
No, you want
Photoshop.
That's the problem though, because like when you see Aquaman, it's like people are like, "We're just gonna like swim around and call this dolphin." It's like no. Aquaman is like he's the king of Atlantis for Christ's sake. Make a fucking story for this guy like you do in like, especially like the new 52 that they made. Aquaman's fucking badass, but everybody has this precursor notion about Aquaman that all he does is swim around and call fish. You know, like, give this guy the image that he deserves so that when people go to see Justice League, they're not like, well, there's Aquaman. You know, like, fucking do it properly.
I don't know. Underwater levels.
Look, let's be honest. If they hadn't made a second Hulk movie and they decided to do Avengers, everyone would remember Hulk as the guy who just had random flashes of fucking beasts eating each other and, like, things dying and decaying.
Yeah.
Because that was the first fucking movie. You know, like, they have to do it right. And that's what the fucking problem with DC. Like, they don't market their shit properly.
I don't know how they're gonna do it with... I don't know how they're gonna do Flash. I don't know how they're gonna do Wonder Woman. And I don't know how they're gonna do Martian Manhunter. Aquaman is pretty doable to a certain point. But the Flash...
Flash is hard.
I don't know how... You're gonna have to go the Smallville...
No, you give him an Origins. You just do an Origins the same way you did an Origins for Green Lantern. Do an Origins. If they want to do another Wonder Woman, stop trying to put her on fucking TV. Give her an Origins movie. Let people know who these characters are. Because the one thing that they did for all those Marvel characters before Avengers was all their first movies were Origins. That's what you do.
I think the main thing with DC and Marvel is... I think... This is me personally saying, I think DC is more... They're more serious. It's a very serious tone compared to what Marvel is, and it's harder to get that seriousness of Wonder Woman as compared to say someone like the Hulk or Iron Man or something like that. Iron Man, you know what you're getting with him because he's over the top, he's outlandish, he's like that. He's sort of like Batman, but Batman is like dead serious himself too, as Bruce Wayne to a certain point. Tony Stark is Tony Stark no matter what. In the Iron Man and the Armor of Knights.
Genius.
I don't know. You have to kind of... It's a fine line.
No, I just feel like in any case, if they are serious about doing Justice League, people need to know where these characters came from. You know, it's like there's only so much you can shove the big three down everyone's throat. You know, the Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. We can only do that so much. But there's other characters in Justice League that if you want it to be serious, you need to showcase them.
Well, we know where Steel came from. Shaq. That Shaq movie where he played Steel. That was bad, but that is an origin story.
Savage.
Terrible. So how can you do Wonder Woman? I've never seen Wonder Woman that way.
That's the thing, like the last thing of greatness for Wonder Woman was a TV show that was back in the 70s? 70s or 80s?
Talking about the one with Linda Carter?
That's what I mean. Like that's the last. Like if anybody knows Wonder Woman, it'll be older people who used to watch it on TV. That'll be the best thing. Besides that, you're gonna tell people to read a comic. Yeah,
I just
these comic just fans who actually read comics.
Buy Injustice, and you'll have fun with that.
You know how they fucking do it? They just go on Wikipedia and they're like, yeah, I read comics. They read Wikipedia. Like, give me a break.
I don't know. And Phase 2 of Avengers, so who knows that's going to bring. Iron Man, have you guys seen the latest trailer for Iron Man?
I'm purposely not watching them.
Oh my god. It's ridiculous.
I'm trying not to.
I didn't see the latest. I saw the first one that was like 30 or 40
I'm so tired of
seconds.
like knowing everything that's going to happen in a movie.
I want to spoil. I don't want to spoil.
Trailers are just too long now.
I want to tell you it's in the thing, but I know it'll spoil it for you if I tell you.
I keep hearing people at my fucking work talking about it. I seriously threatened to fire somebody the other day.
No, but it looks a lot. It looks like it's a more serious tone than it was before, but
yeah, because we know who Stark is now. It's a matter of getting those hardcore scientists that were the actual threat. Because let's be honest, like they really made Whiplash a lot better than who he is. Like he's not a tier 1 nemesis of Iron Man. He's like one of the little
Iron Man has no tier 1 nemesis except for
the tier 1s that he had were like actual like brainiacs like himself who developed weapons and knew how to like beat him at his own game. You know,
all I can think of for Iron Man is Mandarin and MODOK to a certain
Red Dynamo or the Crimson Dynamo.
Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah.
That's the only, and Justin Hammer to a certain point.
But that's the thing, is like there were people like himself who knew tech, that knew how to get weapons, that could use his shit against him. Like those are the minds that were bad. Like Iron Man 2 was more of like an entertainment thing because we know who Stark is. Now let's just have a little fun with him and like show off. I got this suit that's flips out from a suitcase, you know, like shit like that. It's like, I got the money, I got the brains. We know who he is.
It's sort of like DC. That's another problem for DC. They have no bad guys and they all come from the Batman side of the story.
It's either Batman or Superman bad guys.
As for Superman, you have Darkseid, Doomsday, and
they
Brainiac.
can't do Darkseid because they're about to do Thanos Sun, and they're too similar.
Yeah, they're very diverse. You can't do that.
So you either do Brainiac or you bring in Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Lex Luthor's been done too many times. We know his.
But you know he's going to be in Man of Steel, so You're going to bring him twice?
I don't know. Jeez.
So your best case, either do Brainiac
Wonder Woman. I don't even know who Wonder Woman faces. The gods or some shit like that. No fuck. And Martian Manhunter. Somewhere. I don't know. Flash has... Oh my god. Mirror Man or some bullshit. Captain Boomerang. that's his bad guys. It's ridiculous.
And so basically they're going to fight Joker again?
Basically.
Alright, let's try to wrap this up now.
Don't tell me to wrap up. You wrap it up.
Going for too long. We had a lot to say.
So what do you guys look forward to? Let's wrap it up. What do you guys look forward to in the summertime? What are the plans?
Habs in the playoffs, baby! You know I had to throw that in there. We're number one! We're number one! At the top, it's just us.
What about you, Wolf? What about your Knicks? How do you think they're going to do in the playoffs?
Depends on how they do. All these injuries. I ain't too worried. I'm not too worried about the regular season. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. So that's what it matters.
Look, man, the only thing I'm trying to say is, like, don't let these Heat win, man.
Yeah, that's basically.
I'm sorry, man. Twice now, my crappy ass Orlando Magic played them. And the first game, it took them double overtime to beat us. Then the second game, the refs helped them because they stupid bullshit calls on our guys. We had 3 guys that fouled out in one game. Come on, man. Help them. Don't let them win.
I need the Knicks to make the Eastern Conference Finals, and then I'll be happy. How do I put this? I would like them to beat the Heat. Obviously, I think they could do it. I'll be good with like a entertaining 7-game series. Just one for the legends, things like that.
I think the Pacers is a team that's going to beat Miami.
I'm a low key cheer for the Pacers to upset everyone.
But I
have no animosity towards the Pacers.
I don't like Danny Granger, so I don't really care for the Pacers. It's like I can't see a team without a star beating the Heat. Like even though they
Paul George is getting there. Paul George is getting there.
I don't put him as a star though.
And Danny Granger
as a max contract.
Can you tell this guy's a Knicks fan? I just don't like that team.
It's the Reggie Miller.
It's Reggie Miller all over again.
Hey! I will say this: like I think one of the times we played them this season, ex-Pacer was a referee. I'm just throwing that out there.
Ex-Pacer was a referee?
Yeah, part of one of them Reggie Miller teams.
Oh boy!
Like, how the hell are you gonna have an ex-Pacer referee this game?
Spike Lee was at the Lakers. I was at the Lakers game.
Yo, Spike Lee still mad at Tarantino?
Oh, yeah?
in his New York gear, he was at the Lakers game.
Yo, Spike Lee still mad at Tarantino?
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
Spike Lee needs to get over himself.
Spike Lee, like, I can never hate on this dude, man. Obviously.
Do the Right Thing was a great movie.
like he could, like, shoot my mom in the leg. And like that.
But I do feel he's wrong about the way he felt about Django.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, I always just, like, smile at it, like Spike, you tripping, and everything like that. I'll just leave it at that.
You guys ever watch this YouTube video called the Black Angry Guy or something like that? This is black dude, but he's always angry. He's kind of big though, and he's always angry.
Yeah, he's always yelling at New York teams.
He was saying he was calling Leonardo he called him Leonardo the not the Capra unicorn or something like that. And he's saying he's a gay slave owner because he has too much twang in his voice. He's like, because the way how he was talking to everyone, he had too much twang in his voice, saying like, girl, I'm telling you, something like that. It was funny. Django was an okay movie. It was okay.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, Django was a good movie.
I'm glad it won everything it won. Beautiful.
Samuel Jackson was
black man
Uncle
going around
Ruckus
shooting white people in the face.
Like,
it's about time.
Like hearing how Leo actually like accidentally cut his hand and then just kept going with that scene there. That was good to hear. Like
which one?
When he cut his hand on the table when he slammed it.
Yeah.
Like how he wasn't really supposed to cut it. Like. But he just kept rolling and he improvised with it too. I was like, that's dope.
Just got the cloth and started wiping his hand off. Like, yo, that's good, man. Good for you, Leo.
I'm sure he shocked the hell out of what's her name.
Just seeing the blood, because even me, like I saw it, I was like, damn, he really
where did that
go?
See, you guys got your Django Unchained. I got my Braveheart.
God damn start.
Yes. Yeah. So summertime's coming up. Barbecue.
Barbecue.
I'm
hearing that.
A little football news you hear. Broncos will be talking to Revis. Trying to get Revis.
That's not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
San Francisco.
It's good to know they're doing a little bit of pursuit.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Giants like through the podcast. I thought they just signed a.
You guys are in talks to get.
Like, all right.
You guys are in talks to get Manti Te'o from last I heard. That's what they've been talking about. That's what they've been talking about.
They said they didn't even interview Manti Te'o.
He's going to be a Raider. He's either going to be a Raider or a Raven.
Yeah, I see it being a Raven.
No, Baltimore will not have.
No, already Terrell Suggs said he'd be happy to have Manti Te'o.
He's just saying that to say.
Suggs of all people is just going to say something to say it.
Anquan Bolden says he's not taking a pay cut. So
yeah,
he's not coming back.
He's going to get traded.
But you know
I wonder where
You know what the stupid thing is? Flacco said he agrees with him. I'm like,
but I did see with the Broncos. While I was thinking,
Flacco is an idiot. But he knows at the same time that he's going to lose a lot of receivers this year.
Fuck you, idiot! You just accepted $100 and how much million contract, and you're backing your teammate.
And if we can't, if Broncos can't restructure Doomerville, we're going to get Freeney.
That'd be dope. And I heard if y'all can get Steven Jackson, that would be something.
Yo, if we get Steven Jackson,
I heard something about it.
I'll tell you right now. Look,
now with Steven Jackson, the one be second. He already said he doesn't want.
Who would be first?
Huh?
Dude, we don't even have a first.
Yeah,
Eric Decker and Darius Thomas. They had
You have McGahee. McGahee's a first.
And the thing is,
running back.
Yeah, if you look at the running backs, it's like McGahee's there, but like they always share it. They always share because the thing is like our offense is go go go. If you sit, if you go to the sideline and the guy comes in and Peyton's like, no, we're rushing this offense. Boom, like it's just going. It doesn't matter. You want to take a breath? Good. You keep taking your breath till we take a timeout or we have some time to make a switch.
I don't know. Steven Jackson says he doesn't want to share. He wants to be the
number
one.
If Steven Jackson ends up on our team, obviously he will be number one. But it's one of those things where it's like the way our offense is geared. Even when Willis McGahee was number one, if he went on the sideline and take a seat, he didn't come in the next play. He would stay there till the offense, like the momentum switch, and then we make it switch because the way our offense is set up, just keep going. There's many times Hillman would come in and he would just keep going, and like he's a smaller dude, but he would just keep going because he's there. That's how we worked. That's why it was beautiful. Yo, if we get Steven Jackson though, imagine Steven Jackson. My God, I lose my shit. Yo, the second I hear it, like. He officially signed? Yo, I'll be on NFL Shop. Let me get this fucking jersey right now. We fuck out of here.
That's why I'm liking the direction Giants going, like focusing on the defense, because our defense is shit.
But if the 49ers do get Revis, it's pretty much.
I don't think they will though.
I heard they cooled off on that.
Yeah, because originally they were going after it, but because they were just saying because they weren't too sure what the Jets were doing, and they didn't want to just jump in and add more focus into basically raising the stock of it. They left it alone. But because there have been rumors that Revis has actually been talking with Broncos, I don't know, man.
That would be interesting.
We'll see. All right.
I would love Revis and Champ Bailey in the background. And Champ Bailey got to come back strong because he fucked up, man.
Yo.
He fucked up.
All right.
Get rid of that safety.
Let's end this. Any last thoughts, people?
Last thoughts. Look out for my Habs, yo. Number 1, son.
Ladies, get them summer dresses. Them booty shorts.
Sundress.
Start stocking up. I'm going to be out there. Shorts. I'm going to be peeking. Y'all won't see me. I'll have the shades on.
I'm going to just be chilling at my window. If you hear "Hey Boo" when you walking by Von Dome, it might be me.
I'll finally be able to avoid the fucking metros again.
For real.
Just wave, girl. You don't gotta come around for conversation. Just wave.
I also have a kind of promotion thing to go through. Also, you guys know Daniel, the guy who sells the clothing there, the kind of rave clothing, the bass drop clothing.
Yeah.
There. This is for everyone on this who's actually listening. You will get if you into that kind of thing, to raves and techno, all that kind of dubstep thing.
You like Molly's?
He sells. You like Molly? No, he has a clothing website that sells clothing for that kind of stuff, like that kind of crowd. So he gave me a promotion code. You get 10% off from his website, any clothes that whatever.
Use it, man.
So you just have to put in Jason BD. That's Jason JASON BD, and I'm gonna put in the link on YouTube and everything like that, and link
get
the website.
10% off, guys.
You get 10% off his stuff.
Discounts are always great.
And it's pretty cheap. His stuff aren't expensive. I haven't seen anything worth higher up than $40. Everything is pretty low in the 30s.
Close to sweating.
And it really is close to sweating when you went to those parties and stuff. People who go to New City Gas. This is your clothing.
That's the spot, son.
That's your clothing. That's your clothing.
Little free promotion for you guys.
So I'll put it in the link and everything like that.
I know you Molly Poppers are in there. I've been there.
All right, and that's it for this week.
I'll probably be there every weekend this summer.
Yeah, New City Gas.
I've never been.
If we're rich enough to afford those $40 tickets, I will go when I have the chance.
That beach spot?
It's not always that expensive.
It depends who's going, but yeah. So everyone have a good week, and we will
Which is
see
over.
you all next
over.
week.
Huddle break.
Lakers all the way.
Habs.
New York basketball.